Guys, question for Derek?
Derek, can you just got this the last drive of the first half, the first drive of the second half? Two completely different drives, but probably flipped the whole momentum of the game.
Yeah, 100%. You know, we always talk about doubling up. You know, whenever you defer, the goal is to always get that last possession in the second half, score, get the ball and score again. However you get points, you know. And we were able to do that and help our defense have a cushion, and that changes, as we've talked about a lot, you know, when the score is what it is, it changes some calls that they can make and some things they can try and things they can do, and it just helps the team. So it was huge that we could get points on both of those drives. And we've talked about coming out in the second half better.
Yeah.
And I think both times we came out in the second half, the first two drives were points, and then we were in 4 minutes after that, which is awesome.
Derek, we'll talk about 100 win total as far as didn't have his first after 100 plus yard receiving game.
That's what he told me. I said, wow, I thought you were the best receiver at Clemson. You would sure you would have had a couple more than that. But no, we have a lot of fun. He's one of my best friends. We've spent a lot of time together. We're very, very close. Play a lot of games together, all those kind of things. But we also work very, very hard at what we do. We're always in communication. Today, something that we worked on. The play he got hurt on is the same play he converted a third down for us on. Not the same play, same kind of look, same kind of deal, and just minor tweaks here and there. Him and I just getting better together. We're able to catch the ball, just get the first, and he's still with us, right? And those are huge things. But obviously the chemistry is there. There's no denying that.
On the 56-yard scoring play, what did you see? He just all of a sudden just popped through and he was gone.
It's so funny. You don't see that a lot in the NFL. Guys that catch it across the middle and then they outrun some people. I was like, out of all people, like he's the one that always seems to do it. I met Coach Sweeney, Dabo Sweeney. He was in New York, and I met him, and he just laughed, and he's like, you don't understand sometimes some of the things he does, but he just continues to impress you and continues to do it. And I'd have to say Coach Sweeney was right on that.
Derek, you talk about that. You talk about that bootleg where you took off, got the corner, threw the ball.
Yeah. It was a great call. Great design. And when I came around the corner, obviously I went through my progression, and I was like, oh, shoot, I can run it in, And so I just took off and waited. If 33 came for me, I'd dump it over the top, and if not, I ran it in. I would like to think that I, as an NFL quarterback, was placing the ball to someone directly so I don't get fined. But I saw someone up there, and I hit who I wanted to hit. So hopefully that helps.
You're still alive for the playoffs.
Yeah, we are.
All 5 things that had to happen happened today. Can you just speak to where you are as a team?
Yeah, we're in the middle of our process.
When you were running, Derek, and you saw the pylon,
Mm-hmm.
what went through your mind?
Yes.
But I mean, you've talked before about, okay, I got to have one hand or 2 hands of just running in.
I won't. I'm not, honestly, I don't want what went through my mind to get out there and coach to read it.
Yeah.
Let's just say the thought was to protect the football and make sure we were in. But I had a crazy thought, which maybe I'll share with you another time. But it was good.
And then
I was going to go back to Hunter. He had 5 catches on third down.
Yeah.
What makes him so hard to stop? You think what makes him so tough in those situations?
Well, teams give us certain looks, and coach does a great job designing plays for different looks to where today those balls just happen to go to him. Like if it's a different coverage, the ball would go to Waller, the ball would go to Tyrell or Zay. Just the way coach does this offense. And the more reps you get at it, you're just you can find it quicker, if that makes sense. I can get through the progressions faster this year and things like that. So it's honestly it's funny. He'll have a whole bunch of catches on third down, and teams will be like, all right, we got to stop him. But then the ball goes somewhere else. They're like, well, we stopped him. It's because the way coach designs these plays, it's awesome.
Well, you talk about Waller.
Going on right now. You guys have been losing guys left and right.
Yeah.
To rally the way that you guys did today, how important that is for the process that you're talking about.
I really hope that the message, and I mean this with everything, and I don't really do these things a lot. I really hope the message is that's the culture that we have now. Everything we've been through, let's not sugarcoat. We've been through a lot of crap, right? And it is what it is. Nobody cares at the end of the day, but we have, right? And to say that we're still playing Week 17 for something, that's unbelievable. That's really a good thing, because I've been on teams in the past where we were in those moments, we lose a couple games in a row, and oh no, this team never did that. Like, to come here and to beat these guys twice this year, that's not easy. You know, they have their full defense out there. You know, they're completely healthy, and our guys are still being able to make plays and do things like that. And I hope that that's the message. Like, really, what we've been through, what our team has been able to accomplish. Like, no one thought we could do that. Let's be honest. No one thought we'd play Week 17 for the playoffs. Let's just keep it real.
Will you talk about Waller and his development this year, his emergence, and how that's impacted your team?
Oh man, you know, we talk about the Waller factor all the time. I'll let Coach talk about that a little bit. But you know, Waller, the first day I threw him the ball and I threw it 10 yards behind him, I was like, that's not a tight end. You know, like, tight ends don't run that fast, right? And the way that he's not just a uberly talented guy. There's a lot of those in the NFL. He is our hardest worker. He, on the practice field, consistently has the best practice habits of anybody I've ever seen. And it's every day. You know, every time him and I do a little drill to start practice together to make sure our chemistry and all that kind of stuff and fundamentals are right. And after a few weeks, I said, I'm gonna stop reminding him. And every single time he showed up. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I've done that before, and it doesn't always work that way. And he shows up every time. I didn't need to tell him anymore. It's because that's what we do. And Coach has done a great job of laying the foundation of the culture of our team, and that's how we do things. And again, to be where we're at, a lot of that is in credit to Darren Waller.
Derek, we talked.
Shawn and Jalen have been here almost as long as you, and they had to kind of sit back and step aside while Josh Jacobs carried the load. And say about what they were able to do today with Jalen with the catch on the 4th down and John running the ball. And
yeah, absolutely. You know, I always say that we have 3 starting running backs. You know, even when Marshawn was here, you know, we had DeAndre and Jalen. You know, I was like, yeah, we still have 3 starting running backs. So these guys, we saw Jalen also punch it up in there inside. He can do all of those things. Same thing with DeAndre. The way DeAndre ran today, like against that defense, how physical he ran. Didn't cough the ball up and things like that. There was a couple of times too where I've seen hits coming from the side or from the blind sides, and usually those are easy fumbles. You know, and DeAndre he's so strong, like that thing did not come out. And so those guys are great backs. I love those guys more so for what they do in pass protection, but they're really good at what they do.
Derek, how much of a lift did you get from the crowd today?
Oh yeah, it was. Everyone kept saying last week was our last home game. Y'all know we go to LA like next week, right? Every time we come here, it's a home game, and so we didn't use the silent count. You know, they did. We didn't practice the silent count all week. You know, we just every time we head down here, our fans are just awesome.
John talked about what kind of an athlete you are. On that run, did you turn it into another year or turn it up to another year? Look like you.
I turned it like 4th gear. I still got some more in me, but there's still some more gears.
2 more, guys.
So this is the most points you guys have been able to score since the last time you played the Chargers. What do you think was the key to getting back to that scoring football?
I promise you, when we look at the film, the details, as much as I say that every time, that's what makes the New England teams and all that so special, right? It's the details of the assignments. I guarantee the details of the assignments were better than they were in weeks past.
Last one.
We talked earlier this week, Derek, about this being a home game. Given how ugly things got at the end last week in Oakland, how good did it feel here to feel what you did from this crowd?
Well, honestly, it's something actually we talked about. I was like, guys, this, we know how our fans get, like in Oakland, right? One week, they love you. The next week, if we lose, they're still family, but they're mad at you, But you're always family. And we talked about this week being, hey, it's going to be another home game. Let's really give them something to cheer about. Let's really give them something to get excited about. Because especially the way last game ended, like we had it in the bag and whatever, things happened and we lost the game. But a lot of those fans, this was full of black shirts and black jerseys, and we wanted to make sure we gave them a good send off, because let's keep it real. We knew a lot of those people were going to be at this game, and so we wanted to make sure that we came out this week, and really took care of business for them, because they got nothing but love. I still went over to the black hole, people. They're throwing stuff in our tunnel and booing everybody, yelling at me and all that kind of stuff. It's always love. I love Raider Nation. There's nothing like it.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.